Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in, just in case these notifications didn't get out. First things first, y'all already know. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed and productive Monday. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their holiday weekend. I know some are gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of madness this week because yes, it is spring break. But hopefully you have a safe spring break, you know, just being amongst the family and whoever else you deem as family. Just keeping yourself safe as always. Appreciate those who tuned in yesterday afternoon for the live. I was supposed to go live again last night, but ended up on shout outs to Riders for Life Rachel. Um, Ended up on her panel last night, definitely speaking on some deep topics. Um, but all in all, definitely was a good build yesterday. And for those who didn't catch the live yesterday, you can catch the replay. Shout outs to Miss April. Shout outs to JW. Shout outs to Tanya and a couple people that popped up yesterday. Definitely was a good conversation to build. Shout outs to the word too. Definitely was a good build of conversation, and conversations like that continuously need to happen. In order to wake some of the people up, definitely, we're gonna have to keep having them. Lala, what's going on, baby? Oh shoot, I smell tequila in the air. Nah, I'm just playing. What's going on, Bird? Happy Monday to everybody that pulled in. Definitely was a good build yesterday, and again, hopefully everybody enjoyed their Sundays. I know I definitely did. Um, when you bringing these type of conversations to the forefront, some people ain't gonna want to sit down and listen to it. But I do honestly feel some people should because again, you might miss something. And it's something that could be knowledgeable and maybe even helpful in the long run. I ain't messing with you, Lala. Yo, James, salute, bro. Um, yeah, you're gonna have to have them. Like even last night, what the topic was with me and Rodgers last night. Um, it's it is a sad notion that some of these kids are turning to the streets because of you know bad parenting, if you want to say. Not saying every parent. I'm saying for those who are really not in tune with their kids or even themselves. This is why the kids is running to the streets. This is why the kids are doing what they feel like doing is bad enough. They don't have enough resources to keep them interested and occupied. Like I just came past a whole group of kids just now, but it's a good thing. All those groups of kids is going on the field trip because they still have these camps out here for those, like not just for the summer, but when it's when it's break time as far as school is concerned, they get these kids out the hood and actually take them somewhere. That's what's supposed to really happen because we know for a fact some of these kids ain't coming from a good background. But the people in the community could definitely stretch their reach together and do certain things to at least alleviate some of that. You never know. There's another way to decipher and possibly stop another type of abuse from happening. You know, your word, what's going on, bro? Ryder, what's going on, my guy? See y'all on here this morning. But I think that's the sad notion about it. If we can learn to identify certain things, especially when it's coming to dealing with other kids in the community, you could possibly decipher and stop something from, getting far worse. Because again, some of these kids do not deserve the harsh realities that they're going through. You're gonna have some kids that feel like, why am I coming home or why do I give a damn about myself if my parents don't care? And that's the sad notion about it. And then sometimes they're not even being raised by parents. They could be being raised by grandparents who's kind of elderly as far as they can't do as much. So of course, you're not really getting but so much attention. And even when the grandparents are trying to do the best, they can't run behind these kids. They can only do but so much. And again, as parents, you are supposed to be mindful and making sure you are raising your kids. Your mother, your father shouldn't be raising your kids. Not to be funny, yeah, you visit them and all that other stuff, but raising them, no. You supposed to be raising them. Unless something happened to you where you have no choice but to let them raise them, no. You the one that brought them in the world, so you should be responsible for them. Sorry. I've always felt that way. Not saying nothing wrong. What's going on, man? Not saying there's nothing wrong with them coming to visit the grandparents, even spending some time with them, like certain summers, etc., etc. But when you're dropping them off or just keeping them there, no, 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 no. You the one that brought these kids in the world. I can see you even trying to do that on a level of, all right, I need to get myself together and I really need the help. And I don't trust nobody but you. That's understandable. But everything else, no. You decide to come in the world and bring kids in the world, so you have to be responsible for it. Kev, what's going on? Right up, that part I already know, bro. But I'm talking about there are other people who are trying to raise their grandkids, right? If they not able to really get up to the school, prime example, if something happened at the school, who coming up to the school? I'm taking on it because there's different levels to this, and all different levels got to be attacked because you got some who honestly shouldn't even be raising their kids, children, and they made that adamant, like. But when you got people who either are too stuck on the drugs, too stuck in the streets, too stuck within themselves, they ain't gonna see what the fuck they doing wrong. That's the sad part about it. These kids should not have to suffer these type of grave conditions. Because, for example, if the kids don't have any, I'm gonna just say it like this: if they don't have no grandparents alive right now, they parents out and about in the streets, who's raising them? The streets. Or whatever it is. Unless you got family that actually cares and want to see the best for them kids, but it's still a sad notion. That's a form of irresponsibility. You're bringing kids in the world, and you're not trying to literally sit down, teach them nothing, or help them get better in life. Sad notion about that. Dr. Lena, what's going on, baby? We have to attack certain things on all angles, and it's still good to see at least there's still certain people who are doing the active things in the community. Like I said, this week of spring break, you think all these young kids just gonna be sitting out and about? Nope. I just seen about at least 50 to 60 kids with like at least 10 adults. And this is something that they do every time there is no school. They bring up all these kids that they know for a fact they don't want really roaming the streets or doing certain things in the streets, and they take them somewhere. They educate them, but also let them have fun and recreation like it's supposed to be. And that's the beauty of it. It needs to be more programs like that again, because you have some kids that could possibly not go that route if they have the right tools necessary. Again, bringing back the opportunities and bringing back the stuff that was beneficial for us. We gotta bring it back for them. We gotta bring it back for this future generation. Gotta instill that. It's crazy because no kid should have to worry about, you know, possibly losing their lives before 21 just because they decided this is the life they want to run to. Don't get it twisted. I've seen some situations where you got both parents in the picture being as, you know, vocal and active as they can be, and still child decide they want to go that route. So those ones is the tricky ones, but everybody else that's just lost in the source, they'll eventually get it. Like, and some people they just ain't gonna get the lesson until it's almost late. They might get that eye opener from the man upstairs, and at some point, that's when they're gonna start changing their ways. Yo, Kev, what's going on, bro? See y'all in here. See y'all in here. And that's the sad part about it. Got to alleviate some of these pressures. You want to stop these kids from running down the wrong path, at least some of them. You're going to have to definitely be on the forefronts with it. And yes, even though you are supposed to discipline your child, that does not mean you're supposed to treat them or beat them like they somebody in the streets. There's a reason why there's a belt, and there's a reason why God gave us butt cheeks. I'm gonna say that shit as stern as possible. And I think this is another reason why, because some of these kids are getting abused at home and they have nobody to either fend for them or try to help them fight what's going on. That's why you have to pay attention on things on all accords. You know, I still find it a sad notion that you have some people who, if they have an ACS case or whatever you want to call it, because I know it's different names in different towns and shit. I know that. But all in all, children's services, y'all need to start doing a little bit of a better job too. I'm sorry. Because you still have situations where you having little kids dying, and these is people that should have been tended to as far as, yeah, we got to keep, making a checkup every so often because we see what's going on. There's some people who look like they're living in dire conditions, and yet and still y'all overlapping that. But a person that's doing what they supposed to be doing might have gotten a false call or so on and so forth. Y'all quick to stick it to them tough. And they could be coming from the best situations. I've seen this happen. It's time to like really break these barriers, man. Gotta be a collective effort, on all ends. And even if we see that it's not it, we gotta analyze that because certain things shouldn't go undocumented, period. It's just some things. Christy, what's going on, baby? See you in there. And the main thing to remember too is just we got to definitely get in accordance with them because we don't want to see no more casualties, no more tragedies, you know. And that's on all the cause, man. We got to at least try to suppress some of the stuff that we know for a fact is, is damaging us, period. Not just as a whole, but just damaging us, period. I think it always damages somebody's spirit when you got to hear the fact somebody either got shot, stabbed. Prime example yesterday. When y'all heard all them damn cops riding down the way, apparently somebody got stabbed and killed in my area. So this goes to show you why I was saying, even on a quote unquote peaceful holiday, you still got to worry about ignorance, so on and so forth. Now, I don't know what the full story is, but all in all, it's just as crazy because I just sat here and said, watch, it's going to get crazy out here. Before I even started the live with y'all yesterday, I said, I got a feeling something going to happen because there's always something happening. Sure enough, get that fucking news this morning. That's why I tell people sometimes just be mindful and just be aware of your surroundings. And if you ain't need to be in those situations you don't need to be into, nip that shit in the butt. Buzzy, what's going on? I see you in there. That's crazy, Christy. Yeah, man, because that shit had me a little bit upset because, my brother came in and was like, yo, somebody got stabbed out here. That citizen that be letting everybody know shit. Should let them know everything. And then sometimes it's even reporting when it's false calls. There's been times they didn't lie to say certain things happen. Then you come to find out it was a false call or some shit like that. So it's telling you, we got a lot of different ways to try to get the information we need to get to because we need to be aware of what's really going on. And it's sad because even on a quote unquote peaceful day, you had to worry about ignorance like that. I just sat here and said that whether you celebrate it or not, even on this holiday, it's sad that you gotta wonder if you're gonna be able to make it home or whatever. Kalani, what's going on, bro? Man, it is a sad notion because this is the type of situations too that when the youngins are out and about and they see this, it's traumatizing because some people ain't gonna know how to handle that for real. And then there's situations where that's why I said as a community, and as a village, we gotta really get it together on all accords. Villages gotta start building up their villages to build up their communities. And again, I know some people ain't gonna always fit in the same tribes, but there is people that you can build with if you feel like you're building, you know. And I feel the main thing we should do, is protection of the youth, the kids, all of that. Protection of the community, period. Because you got the elders too that shouldn't have to worry about getting accosted, getting robbed, getting picked on, none of that. That's why I'm saying, as a community and as a village, we got to stand firm on a lot of things that's going on in these communities. Because guess what? The more we still sit back and let it happen, the more it's going to keep getting wild and out of control. And we know some shit just ain't going to never go away. But for the things we can make go away or suppress, we need to do it for the betterment of the future. Yo, hood, fuck your damn Benz, nigga. Fuck your Bentley keys, nigga. Fuck your Air Jordans. Fuck your Prices Right glasses, bitch. Crunk ain't dead, ho. What's going on, bro? But it's the sad part about it. Even on a day like, I told somebody, I said, whether you really believe it or not, if that was supposed to be the resurrection day, which I still never really got deep into it, even on that day, can't nobody just be peaceful? That's what I'm saying. There's always going to be some sort of form of ignorance, hate, and we need to get rid of that. It's not getting us nowhere. Can't build when you got to mess around and you got to focus on people accosting the elders. And, like I said, elderly abuse, that ain't accepted, at least around me and anybody that I know. We don't do those because we cherish the elderly. Because think about it, we had our grandmothers that was elderly. We got some parents that we watched that's elderly now. So it's always going to be a respect level, and that's where it's supposed to be at. But I just really find that disheartening, and for the people that might have lost their lives, definitely pray hands because, again, whether you celebrate it tough or not, you shouldn't have to worry about if you're going to make it home or not, especially if you're out and about doing what you normally do. Ignorance will always beget ignorance. And I'm going to definitely try to find out what the hell happened in that situation because I think that was the only situation we really had yesterday where somebody actually died out here. Other than that, it just been mostly quiet anyway. Like for it to be Easter yesterday, it was quiet as fuck to a degree. I mean, you had your people out here for whatever little events, but it was dry as shit. And that ain't a fucking Easter I'm used to in New York City. It was dry damn near half of the spots you thought to go to. You know, besides the weather getting, slightly chilly, all in all, it didn't feel like how I usually feel anyway. And it been like that the last 3 years, I'm not gonna lie to you, since everything started in 2020 the way it did, certain things even out here in the city ain't been the same. It really hasn't. The one thing that definitely changed is, is lack of presence when it comes to, like, some people say it's a lack of police presence. To some degree it is, because in my honest opinion, I feel like they only attack what really needs to be attacked. If it's not a murder, some shit that's involving drugs, they ain't really giving a fuck about certain shit unless it gets serious. And that's just my view and opinion on it. Because there's certain things that could definitely be stopped if y'all was doing what you're supposed to be doing. But then again, when everybody is acting a certain way and they already doing they doing a job that that shouldn't be done. We killing our own selves a lot of times too, over stupidity. Again, over emotions instead of logics. Now I feel like this, unless I necessarily gotta take you out your misery, and that's a sanctified one from the man upstairs. I ain't got no time to be worried about taking you and taking you away from your family and none of that. If we can't agree to disagree, then we just move our separate ways, and that should just be about it. Shouldn't have to worry about you coming for me, or you shouldn't have to worry about me coming for you. And 9 out of 10, I ain't coming for you. There ain't no need for it. If I already stated what I needed to state and I stood on it, I stood on it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, you know how I had to mute the mic real quick. I'm not doing that music shit. At least not on this. Not while I'm talking to the people. My bad. Trying to make sure ain't none of that music. Probably is too. That shit is old, old. But yeah, we gotta definitely come together, start building better. And even when it comes down to these situations like I was speaking about, the youngins should not be having to be raised up in these type of situations where it's leading them to the streets, it's leading them to the gangs, it's leading them to, even if they ain't in the gangs, leading them to robbing and killing. And I've always felt like this, regardless to what. There is no honor amongst thieves, which I say some people should even waste their time, fleeing to the streets. But then again, when you have different dire situations, it's hard to really say that, you know. And for those that we know we can try to help and try to at least push them into the better directions, we just got to keep trying to do that. Even having these awarenesses and conversations, that's a start. Because yeah, some people are going to take the message. Some people are going to receive it. And then you're going to have others that they're not going to receive it at all. So it's not only so much you can do. You know, but you want to see better. And at some points, I do see something better happening. Some people think it's a far reach. I don't believe so, because there's always a loophole, and there's always a way to see something happen and see it grow. We got to come together, put our minds collectively, bring the best ideas and the best building methods to the forefront, and then utilize from that. Even if you feel you got to pick up from your community and build elsewhere, it's the best way to do it. Because let's be real, we got a lot of different situations that's happening in our hoods. Prime example, we still have public service announcement. That's why I kept this copyright up. I feel like this. I'm gonna bring it to a whole nother topic now. Best way to try to protect our children, the youth, and whoever else need to be protected is getting a lot of these pedos and these rapists from society, excommunicating them. Period. They shouldn't have no type of benefits. They shouldn't have no type of nothing. I'm sorry. Once you go past a certain line, you shouldn't be treated as a normal citizen no more. And you shouldn't even be considered a citizen, because, again, if you're on that type of time and you trying to get up with people that you know for a fact can't do you nothing, I don't care, male or female, you should not be a part of the society, because this is the things that we going through now. Hey, Tanya, blessings. It's the sad part about it. Got to get these creeps and pervs off the. Not just off the streets. Just get them out of the communities, period. Get them the fuck up out of here. And it's not just celebrities. Yeah, it's some celebrities that have been getting caught in the mix lately. But fuck just them. Anybody that has any type of that record has to go. Because if you did it once, you might do it again. And some people still be trying to say and think that, oh, these people can be rehabilitated. No. Once they already done came past that conclusion, because think about it, you still have time to think before you do anything. They try to say it's a sickness. Yeah, it is a sickness, but it's also it's sick because guess what? You choose it to be that way. It's sick because you know it's morally wrong, and it's sick because regardless to what the fucking outlying thing is, you're still gonna do it. Those people can't be rehabilitated, so they definitely need to be gone. I'm sorry. That's how I've always felt. Because if you could do it once, you could do it again. It's the same thing with the predators. Same thing with the R words. They can't be rehabilitated. I'm sorry. Because once you already got that in your mind to do something, that's crazy. There ain't no coming back from that. Not morally at all. There's no coming back from that. Because what are you doing is you're taking pride and joy away from somebody's livelihood by doing the things you do. See, like just now, I had somebody walk past me when I said that word, but yeah, you probably look like one of them. So I'll be talking about every time you mention something or say something along these lines, and some people look at you funny. 9 out of 10 is because they doing something funny. And he just gave me a whole look like, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to watch your ass. I have to watch your ass, my guy. Cause I be on it too. Realist, what's going on, bro? It's crazy, man. Once you decide to go below the belt, once you go below that age limit, all bets is off, and you guys should know that already. And that's for men and women. Because I don't get what a young person can do for you that you can't do for you. What can a young person basically do for somebody that's getting their own money or doing whatever? Nothing. You gotta ask yourself that serious question, that logical question. Like, what can a youngin do for you if they ain't even solidified in their own fucking terms? Like, let's be real. I don't know how some people can even go with that logic and notion that that's even acceptable. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable on either angle. Because again, that's taking not just innocence from the young, but that's setting a bad precedent for them. So now in the future, you might have just messed up their way of thinking how love really is supposed to be, so on and so forth. You know? And you gotta think about it too. When they young, it don't matter how young they are. They get attached quick because it's a bond that's being set there. So I don't know why some of y'all would even go that route anyway and feel, oh, this is the best way for me to manipulate a situation or even do what's what and be under the radar. No, because at some point, those type of fucking behaviors, they get brought to the forefront. At some point, those type of behaviors get exposed. That's why I said at all costs, you're supposed to make sure you're protecting your kids, protecting the kids in the community that need protection too, because you mess around and have a situation like that. You have somebody that's literally preying on the kids, preying on the youth, or even getting to an elevation of now you became a predator and now you out here raping women. I'm sorry. I can't not say the R word. I'm sorry. Because it's truthfulness right there, man. Once you're on that type of time, you definitely need to be excommunicated out of the community, period, because you are a danger. Neff, what's going on, baby? Just in case if y'all hear music in the background, do not own rights to this. And again, I can't tell an establishment to turn their music down while I'm walking by it. So it is what it is. Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And again, these are the type of awarenesses that need to happen. Nah, really, it's not just chopping it up on some normal shit today. Just saying how, some of these kids definitely coming from these harsh backgrounds and they need the real support from the people. You know, some don't want to go around, and some definitely look like they definitely didn't want to choose the streets. But when you got no other options, that's what they feel like. You got no other options. I'm just going to go here. You know, we start building better defenses around that, identify things that we can identify. And I still like the fact that you got people who are, prime example, like I said earlier, got a whole bunch of kids, probably more than 60 kids. I couldn't keep count. I lost count after 20. I'm not going to lie to you, because it was a long ass whole block that was taken over by kids and counselors. That's what needs to happen. Have these damn, have these programs that's for these kids, especially when they are out of school. If you know it ain't much to do in your community, find something for them to do so they can stay out the streets, so they can stop, getting these sad visualizations that they don't need. We got to definitely be on the forefront when it comes to trying to protect them and just educate them. You know, and again, you're gonna have some who are just gonna choose that road regardless to what kind of positivity is being spread. But for those who feel they definitely want to make that change, we got to make sure we encourage them, whether they all our kids or not. If you want to be technical, you live in a community. All the kids are supposed to be everybody's kids. Let's keep that real, because you still have some adults who are. You see somebody kids that yo, come in. I seen your kid over here, or if they see them doing something that they know for a fact they wouldn't be normally doing, yeah, they gonna still come and check them. Like, yo, listen, you know damn well if your mom's or your pops seeing you wouldn't be doing this. That's where we had it back in the day. That's why it wasn't so much bullying and stuff like that back then. Because a lot of times, even when it came down to a situation, if your parents wasn't involved, guess what? Y'all was gonna get y'all rocks off. Oh, so we can't come to conclusions. All right, well, guess what? For every time your child bothers mine, he gonna defend himself the best way. Uncle Bill, what's going on? And that's the truth, though. Even when it came to some form of bullying, it would get suppressed because if the parents wasn't involved, at some point the kids was just getting tired of this shit and they was going to explain themselves after they in court wreck. Like, oh, you want to still bother me after I just told you leave me alone? Bang! Hold that. I'm going to bust you right upside your head. Now you got to, I'm going to punch you in your face. Now we fighting. And at some point, you're going to have to defend yourself, because you're going to have some people who are still going to press and attack a situation. And it's sad to say, those aggressors, when it ends up, when they end up getting what they looking for and it don't go in their favor, now it's either they playing the victim or they want to cry. You can't do that. If you've been punching me in my face and I've been letting it slide, now when I decide to knock your block off, you want to cry and play victim? Whose fault is that? You started all of the damn situation. I told you leave me alone. You want to try to play tough in front of people, or you want to try to do certain things to try to embarrass somebody so you get what's coming to you. I've seen this happen on a couple occasions. The quote-unquote bullies thinking that they had motherfuckers under pressure, and them motherfuckers had them under pressure after it was all said and done. So again, you gotta be mindful of the energy that you're putting out there, because guess what? That energy does come back full service. Some situations, yeah, we know some people are non-confrontational, but even for the non-confrontational people, at some point they're gonna get tired of specific things and they're gonna just lash back out. But they're gonna lash out at least on the people that's been hurting them, not everybody else. Because guess what? Sometimes it'd be one person that do the most damage. Sometimes when you got people that are on that bully time, yeah, they gonna have a whole bunch of people with them, but that's because them niggas done bullied them. Nigga, you don't roll with me, nigga. Like, it be like that sometimes. Nigga, you won't be running with me, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Yeah, they're a bunch of riders. That's it. So there is a bunch of riders. Because once you knock down the head bully, all them other associates, they just look because they don't know what the hell to do now. You might have one or two that try to actually, yeah, yo, what you doing? But everybody else is just lost in the sauce because everybody is just following. You know? Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's sad because nowadays, even if you're trying to help somebody correct their kids, they put the man. Listen, I ain't trying to tell you something to make you feel bad, and I ain't trying to tell you how to. I'm giving you some good advice because that could possibly save both of y'all. That could save y'all both the drama and everything else. You know, but yeah, you go to try to tell somebody that they kid did something wrong, and it's, oh, fuck you, mind your business. How you know that for sure? Why you worried about this? And again, that's what I'm saying. It's an emotional standpoint that some of y'all just don't think. And it pisses you off because it's like some of this could be avoided if you would just listen to logic and reason. You know, seriously. You know, you could save a lot of drama if you would just listen to reason sometimes. It's not that hard to do so. I think that's the saddest thing in the world, man. Oh man. Like again, I don't own no motherfucking, and I'm not muting this mic again. But it's the truth though. I mean, gotta give better results. Gotta definitely give these youth a chance to fight. You know, for some of the young adults that still could be lost in the sauce as far as what they want to do in life, gotta give them the best possible tools, and that's it. And some people ain't gonna want to follow logic because, again, they scared of change and revolution. Should never be scared of that again. The same way the world is changing and growing every day, you know, technology wise and all of that, you know, you're supposed to be able to adapt with everything. And I feel that when we was adapting to certain situations, especially in these damn neighborhoods, we lost our way of thinking. We lost our way of just companionship because guess what? If I see your kid doing some shit and I know, look, man, you out now right now, like you need to chill out. I'm gonna tell you straight up. And the majority of the times with somebody I definitely know, they gonna look at you and they gonna be like, well, what did you do or what did you say that need had to either come to me or check you on something? 'Cause I did that a couple times. I had some people who's like, yo, hold on, who? Yo, what the hell? Wait a minute. If Nate is the one that's coming at you, that means you definitely did some shit because he ain't doing that shit all the time. So you damn right, I'm not. You know, I'm calm, cool, collective most of the time. I have my days when I just don't give a damn and I be on rampage mode, but even then, I know better. A couple times, even some people out here had to check their family members, and when they realize who, yo, son, we about to go. Wait a minute, Nate? Nah, son, you did something to him, son, because he ain't just going off like that, bro. What y'all did to him? Like, that's how it used to be. Nah, you did something. Because he calm. He ain't going to just either choke you out or do some shit like that. That's not him. It's not. It take a lot for me to really get that level. But, you know, sometimes you just going to have to G-check shit because when you being calm and collective and you got people trying to be the aggressors, you got to give them what they want sometimes. If that's what they want, you give it to them the right way. Give them a nice, humbling lesson because I already said that. If I know you wilding out to a degree, what up? I know if you wilding out to a degree, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. I don't care who kid you are. And if I went to school with your parent, I'm definitely letting you know what's up. Like, yo, you know, your pops know you doing this, your moms know you doing this shit. It's just me. Yeah, yeah, enough because guess what? You know, again, the lack of outreach, you know, like prime example, those 60 plus kids I just seen with those adults, I know 9 out of 10, look, I just seen them an hour ago. They probably won't be coming back to 5, 6 in the evening, 9 out of 10. because I know 9 out of 10 is probably more than one field trip scheduled within that. That's how it used to be. You know, even bring back those go away camps and stuff like that. You know, get the kids out the cities or get these kids out of the communities sometimes. And some of y'all be crying about, oh, we don't never have time to. Okay, well, you should have a balance. You got your kid for most of the time. When you need that time to release and relieve, you send them off. But you send them off in the right places. You send them off somewhere where you know for a fact they are safe. They're gonna come back in one piece. And you gotta definitely make sure you send them somewhere where they ain't gotta worry about no perv or pedophile behavior. You know, and again, a lot of those little go away camps, some fresh air camps, being out for a week or two, them shits used to help out because that gave us different insight. That also gave us a different world in front of us. You know, just imagine you going out of the state, you going out of the state for a couple weeks, and in that same token, you know, you learning about nature, you learning about specific things. Like that's a blessing right there. It's a whole blessing right there. We don't have that no more. We need to start bringing those back. We need those because again, when certain things couldn't get alleviated one way, we had other ways to do so. Like I said, you took away all these resources, but we as the people, we got to start bringing these resources back. Whether we getting help from the government or not, we got to bring some of these things back ourselves. It's the best way to, you know, raise the bar a little higher. Basically, if you say, I think once we get to that, should be no issues. You know, again, give back the way you see fit. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, my fault, y'all. Keep telling you, anytime you get a long pause, 9 out of 10 is something that I know already is copywritten, and I ain't editing nothing when it comes to me talking to the people. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it, y'all. But we need to definitely bring those back. At least out here, we definitely need to bring those back. You know, give these kids something better to look forward to. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting them outside the communities a lot of times and showing them something different. Like I said, when I was going shit, I learned about nature, camping, all that shit that I was supposed to learn about. You know, that builds not just character, but that also builds wisdom because guess what? You get caught in a dire situation, you at least know how to maneuver and make at least temporary shelter or something just in case. You know, learn about different plants, stuff to be, you know, staying away from, so on and so forth. Hustle, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I had to get past. My fault. I had to get past. Somebody playing that CeeLo Green shit. trying to get a nigga copywritten. I ain't with it. I'm not with it. Shit. But it's the truthfulness to it, though. You know, just you gotta do the best things possible. You know, and these conversations definitely help. You know, bringing awareness about the resources that we lack right now and the resources that we can be bringing back, even if it's with our own money. Doesn't matter. Again, you want to do something to where it leaves a long lasting impression, even well after you're gone. You know, you want to leave the best legacies you can for the future. You know, that should be something that should be adamant. You know, and again, some of these things can be changed regardless to how some people may feel. I've still always been an optimistic person. You know, and the right optimism is the best optimism. You know, sometimes you're not going to be able to come together. Yes, we know, but again, you don't have to be. Doesn't need to be a whole bunch of leaders in one tribe. You know, but you could definitely lead your own tribe with whatever knowledge and information was given to you. Because again, yes, we know about a lot of history, so on and so forth, but it still doesn't help us move forward. All right, we learned this, we learned this. Okay, now how do we move forward? How do we push the game forward? Oh, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like prime example, the kids don't have fun no more. And my man, listen, I'm not but so old, but even then, we used to go. Look here, I could use me and my people's prime example. When the only days we was really stuck in the house playing the game all day is if it was raining, snowing, or if it's just one of those days where you know some wild shit going on. Our parents definitely was on one, and for good reason. And a lot of times, even if we was outside the house, we was usually at a friend house. You know, but even still, we got out. We got a balance. We got out. We good shit. The days that it was super nice, we was not just sitting on the block going to play ball and play sports. We was going elsewhere. And even when we was getting into our stuff we wasn't supposed to be getting into, we never got in no real trouble. Nobody ever came back talking about some damn. I think I got somebody pregnant. We ain't come back with those situations. You know, we was into a little bit of everything, but guess what? We had a balance. You know, we wasn't just sitting in the game all day. We definitely wasn't just sitting in the house all day smoking because we wasn't even thinking about that. We was more on the lines of, damn, what we getting into today? What can we do to make sure we ain't getting in trouble neither? You know, just to go outside and do a little bit of everything. Sports is definitely one of them. If it wasn't that, a lot of them was going to the libraries. A lot of them was just going to the parks, finding things to do. You know, just building with people, period. And when it was nothing really to do for some people, the adults used to grab up the kids and either go somewhere like a beach trip, picnic trip, something. It's not like that no more. I think we need to realize that part too, that shit getting crucial, man. You know, you want to see the best results possible, you're gonna definitely have to do better. You're gonna have to definitely bring better. I honestly feel that way. We're gonna have to bring a better solution to it. You know, because again, yeah, we got all the knowledge that we need, but how do we apply it and push it forward? You know, and I feel like everything needs to be attacked from every angle. Those who ain't out there voting, get out and vote. Even those who feel like they vote ain't something, still vote. Never know. Your vote could probably change some shit. When it comes to certain things in the community, they have little community meetings and stuff. Go to those. You know, voice your opinions on the things you feel is beneficial for your community. Because again, if you're not speaking on anything or not standing on anything, it's how they slip one over you. And for those who are fighting and still trying to do something, keep doing what you're doing. Because at some point, you know, even if the battle feel like it's going to be lost, you might just have that backup squad out of nowhere that's standing on the real shit. Yo, Vision, what's going on, bro? what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with just trying to push them chains forward the way we need to. Because again, when it's all said and done, when we not here, what do we leave the people in the future? What do we leave people that's going to inspire them and that's going to keep them in that same notion of building and unity and positivity? We got to leave some things here. Because again, even when we building, when it's time to pass on that legacy, we got to pass it on to the right people. That's going to continue the tradition and the legacy, because if that's what you stood on, you want that to continuously be there. That's just like if you are building for learning centers, prime example. You want to make sure all your learning centers are definitely still intact, even when you out the door, and make sure the right people are holding down your establishments. Because again, you don't want to not so much as take losses. You want to keep that positive going. You want to give that type of opportunity to those who need it. You know, and again, some people ain't going to learn as fast because they might have certain conditions that, you know, that keep them from learning as quick. You never know what these situations can be, but you want to see something better. You want to continue to have these recreation centers where the kids can find somewhere to go and stay out the streets, so on and so forth. You're going to want to have the right people running your business, especially if you decide you want to, you know, fall back. Hammer, what's going on? Yeah, I know. I just heard about that. I just heard about that. See, and I feel like that right there, another distraction. Another thing, another reason why some people just don't turn on the TV. See, with me, I don't turn on the TV for much. If I want to watch something, if I'm not watching it on here, I'm watching it on Hulu. Don't get it twisted. I do watch the news to keep up with certain shit, but other than that, I don't want to see the same old repeated, the repeated bullshit, because we already going through it. Just like I said, on a quote unquote holiday weekend, you still got to worry about ignorance and stupidity. You know, like I said, even with yesterday's situation in my hood, no doubt, Tanya. I know you. I know you, busy woman. Definitely appreciate you. You know you could catch the replay. I'm only gonna be on here but for so long. You know I just have to chime it up with y'all. Yo, Iman, what's going on, bro? Tanya, trust me, I know. It's a shame, period. Because I was just speaking about that to a degree last night. You know, there's a reason why some of these shootings are happening, and not just in the schools, but period. Some of them prime reasons is because people are being bullied and harassed. People are not being protected at all costs. So of course now you have that. It's either that or it's an emotional standpoint where some people are just, you know, they did before they think. I always say if it feels like it's going to get crucial, you still have time to think. You have time to think before you do. And if you're not thinking clearly, you're just going to do something irrational. And we got to get back to alleviating that. So many different things that can be stopped, even as a community. If we could spot it and deter it, that's the best thing possible. You know, yeah, you already know, definitely, Tanya. Shoot, it's gonna be a smooth one today. Even though I gotta work tonight, it should be a smooth, quiet one because I think after a certain time, I feel like it's gonna get somewhat cold, and that's when everybody's gonna take their butts home anyway. So, but it's always a blessed one anyway to wake up, speak to the people, and just have these talks. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Shoot. You know, like again, even with what happened yesterday, I fully don't even know what happened. You know, the only thing it said was that somebody was stabbed and then they passed away out here. And I think they died trying to get to the either police station or wherever. That's the most I did here. It started somewhere down the way, and the guy tried to get to the police station and didn't get there from what was said. And I'm like, damn. Now, what could have been possibly that bad that you got stabbed? And I'm not gonna lie, there are some situations where some of these people have caused their own deaths. Again, may they rest in peace. But this is why I always say, if you could think logical and it don't need to get that crucial, you could possibly save your own life. Again, sometimes you gotta know when to fold them, basically. And some things people just ain't gonna tolerate you saying in their face neither. But even still, it's no way to get that emotional. If I feel it's not that dire, I'm not gonna do nothing to you like that. Because again, I can't give you back your life. And I don't need your blood on my hands. Yeah, and see, that's the thing though. Because I didn't know what was all going on. I just, like I said, I'm already in the crib. But, some of the people heard it in the background. It sounded like it was mad cops riding down the way. Half the precinct ran down the way. And just for that, I think dude collapsed on the corner from the precinct. That's the sad part about it. And I think he passed away there. See, to some degree, I didn't go out only because after I finished the live with y'all, shoot, my god kids, my boy, and everybody popped the fuck up. So, and even if I would have been out there, I'd have still had to been in accordance because it's still wild in the streets, man. You gotta be protective of your people, period. Exactly. Like I was saying, unless it's justifiable by that man upstairs, I ain't doing it. If you ain't gonna see me with the hands, I don't want to see you at all. And I don't care. You can call me a punk, all that shit. It ain't gonna stop me from following my gut and my logical instincts. I'm sorry. I make more logical decisions than emotional. And I barely made any emotional decisions. And even if I felt I did, I corrected it. There's nothing wrong correcting yourself sometimes. That's where some people get this grave misconception. If you feel the type of way about certain things, you're gonna just change it. Especially if you feel it's giving you those bad vibes, change it. Because that's your gut telling you something is wrong. That's just like if you're moving with some people and you see certain things ain't right every time you do get around them, or even when you are around and you see they ain't moving a certain way, you know it ain't right, keep it pushing. If you ain't on that type of time, you don't need to be on it. I hear you, Christy. But at least y'all enjoyed yourselves and had fun, And that's the most important thing. Like I was saying, for those who believe in it, that was supposed to be a peaceful day. And yet still we got ignorance. We done got loss of life. And it don't make no sense at all. You definitely try to strive for a better future. Again, we know some things we ain't gonna never get rid of, but for the things that we can, we need to start doing better. Some people will overlook this or underlook it until it hit close to home again. But, I definitely feel that's the best way possible to alleviate some of these situations is just having an open eye in, straight up. Because if you don't, we're going to continuously have this problem. It's going to continuously keep growing. You know. And see, when you got people who are bringing real awareness and speaking on real stuff, some people ain't going to gravitate to it. Like I was telling a few people yesterday, they say ain't no benefits in being positive or bringing positive awareness. That's a lie. It might not come in the way you think, but it does come. It's the most important thing to remember. You know, it does come, and it comes with lifelong benefits at the long run, because doing something positive and bringing that real awareness to the people that need it, that's a fucking blessing right there. 'Cause some people can't even bring any type of words of wisdom because they're not here. And for those who are here to tell a story, or for those who are here to try to bring the inspiration the best way possible, I just do it. Hey, Vintage, what's going on, baby? Top of the afternoon to those who just pulled in, and top of the morning to those on the West Coast. And good evening to those that's in the UK. Everybody that's rocking with your boy. Hopefully, y'all all having a blessed one. No, me, boxing, what's going on, bro? Some people are overlooked that. Some people are overlooked the fact that, yeah, you definitely need to bring better changes and better bills for the better of the future. But for those who ain't sleep to it, you know, again, keep striving, keep pushing forward, keep doing what you're doing. Rather you on the forefronts for real, rather you bringing the awareness just by speaking, if you actually giving your time and effort on all accords, keep doing what you're doing. Because again, that positivity will spread, you know, and it will get on a grander scale of things. Because yeah, some people think drama is marketable. It is to some degree, but after a while, when the drama dry up, what you got? I always say that when the drama dry up, what do you really have? Now you have to bring something better to the forefront. And these are the type of talks that need to happen. And they will continue to happen. See, even different things dealing with autism and everything else too, those are going to be brought up to the forefront as well too. Trust me. It's coming. Depending on what's what, could be having something this week speaking about, you know, kids with autism and all of that. So trust me, there are things that are being brought out, not just by me, but the people that actually are having the courage to bring these awarenesses to the forefront, and even trying to bring ideas of how we could do better, how we could be better. Even those with mental disabilities or any type of autism, you can, and you are valuable. You can be valuable if you are, you know, with the proper mindset and the proper people around you, and you can definitely build regardless. I've seen some people that I know for a fact are mentally challenged. They high functional and they work, you know, and they do what they do. You know, it's just the proper coaching, you know, the proper awareness, and that's really about it. Get to that, get to a lot of things. Trust me. You know? And again, you know, you know, don't sell anything short that you're trying to do positive. Don't sell yourself short, because once you start building and keep building on it, it does get better. So once we get to that notion, even like speaking on certain situations, we come together and build together. We throw our ideas on the table, leave the emotions aside, and throw the real logics and the solutions on the table. So this way we could build. This way we could actually make things move forward, and this way we can start alleviating some of these pressures. Anybody could come together if you are willing to come together for a common goal. You don't have to always agree and 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 think the way somebody else is thinking just to make something happen. Best way to do it, though. At least in my opinion, I feel it's the best way to do it. Not just bringing the awarenesses, but actually starting to build and coming together. But you know, I have to just chime in with the people real quick. I gotta go in this building and take care of some business before work. So I'll definitely be back later on this afternoon or this evening, definitely. And tonight will be up in panel in case anybody want to hit the link. You know, just gonna have some open discussions. That's really about it. These are the type of things that you need. You know, proper way to build with the people. It's not just being yourself, but just having a common respect and just the all in all love and honor, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. You know, once we get back to that notion, put certain differences and views and opinions aside and really get to that actual building, we could do a lot. And I still see it happening, you know. And you want it to be a positive build instead of it being built on something negative, you know. But just something to really, you know, just something to think about. You know, we could do so much better and bring so much back if we really just open our minds and our ears to it. But yeah, let me try to get this shit out the way. Like I said, I'll definitely be back this afternoon, or I'll probably be back this evening while I'm at work. And there will be an open panel, and anything y'all want to bring to the table, y'all more than welcome. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia. Y'all already know who you is. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know. Love is love, and it's going to be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real spill. You know? We're going to definitely keep building. We're going to definitely keep politicking because we need these conversations to happen. You know? But y'all already know, y'all stay safe. Enjoy y'all mornings and afternoons. And I'll definitely be back later with a time reminder. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.